Welcome back to The Give and Go. I'm your co-host Reynoso here with my boy
Soltero. What's up, guys?
Happy Sunday, guys. If you guys are having a good Sunday, give us a thumbs up on the stream right now. If you're enjoying yourself after these two sets of matches that we just saw, give us a thumbs up. It's a beautiful Sunday. The sun is out here in Austin, Texas, and we got to enjoy some wonderful knockout football. With England defeating Slovakia 2-1 in extra time, Jude Bellingham bicycle kick golazo. We will get into it. We will get into it.
Oh, my God.
But I'm going to save that for the last topic because to start, we need to talk about the most recent game, which was Spain versus Georgia. Chat, let me know. What did you guys think about this game? What did you think about the performances overall? Because looking at the highlight reel at the very end, I watched the whole match, but once they compiled everything that happened, bro, Spain cooked.
Oh, they put on a clinic, bro. You talk about asking a team to score and be clinical in front of goal. Well, Spain gave us 4 moments of absolute perfection. Every single goal was pinpoint, a game of inches, and Spain got it right on the mark 4 times. Yeah. The goals were gorgeous today from Spain. And honestly, in that first half, Georgia were defending so well. That back five was so organized that's what it took. It took 2 beautiful moments of absolute perfection. One across from Lamine Yamal, and the other a beautiful pinpoint shot from Rodri. So Spain today, well, just what a match, what a performance.
What a performance, because that Rodri goal was the first one that tied the game up. An amazing placement on it. Nico Williams getting an assist, and before that, Pedri having a beautiful ball over to get it to Nico Williams, who had himself a day as well. Rodri finishes it off. Beautiful placement on the shot, beautiful accuracy. The dude is ridiculous. And then Fabian Ruiz getting another goal in this tournament with a header through a wonderful ball from Lamine Yamal, which is starting to become his signature already at such a young age. That cross into the box from his left foot, it's already, I think it's the second goal that he scored, or second assist that he's had so far in this tournament, just like that. And we saw it at Barcelona as well. It's becoming his signature pass. He is ridiculously accurate on that ball, and Fabian Ruiz with beautiful movement to finish it off. And then after that, Georgia kind of just gave up. They really couldn't break Spain's defense ultimately, and we got a Nico Williams banger as well as a Dani Olmo technical beauty.
Yeah, a beautiful goal from Olmo, that dirty touch to create separation, and then the perfect placement, and then Williams with just smashing it, roofing it into the back of the net. Spain completely took over in that second half, but I want to go back to Lamine Yamal because 2 really important assists so far in this tournament, and kind of both times he goes a little quiet, but his skill set is so high, his mentality is so much further than the 16 years of age would suggest. He can pop up at any moment, and he proved it once again that he's probably one of the more deadliest wingers in this tournament, and he's only 16 years. And I know I don't want to jinx it, but the cross today looked Messi-esque. It really did. That diagonal, popping it right over the defense and putting it right on his player's head. It's what Messi has done. It's what he's made a living out of for the last 20 years. And it's just that whip. The whip that he's able to get on that ball, it looks exactly like Messi.
I'm looking at him, though, and the fact that he's 16 years old makes me wonder, like who taught him these things? Because there's only so much you can teach a guy growing up, especially in Spain. I'm sure they teach the game of football very well there, but a lot of it, bro, God-given talent. I think so. I think because he's doing this at 16 years old, bro, like this is just so raw. And the performances we're seeing beyond the assist even, like I find it incredible that he doesn't have a goal so far in this tournament.
He had so many shots
He's
today.
had so many shots his entire tournament. If anything, if there's a knock to have on his game, right now I would say it's his finishing. I would like to see him be a little bit more clinical. The scary thing is if he ever figures that out in the next 20 years that he has of playing football, he's gonna be unreal, bro. He's gonna be insane, dude. So his trajectory, he is so special. Blood is crazy, says John Doe. I agree. The speed, the IQ of this player is so good. And then on the flip side, you have Nico Williams at 21 years old, I believe. Electric, dude. Electric on the wings and looking so confident on the ball and absolutely deadly the way he showcased it on that goal that he scored.
Yeah, exactly. I like this comment here from Kevin Messias Outdoors. He says, Yamal is the most talented youngster we've seen since the GOATs. Only an idiot won't agree.
I think so.
Yeah. I think so, man. I mean, you consider the youngsters that have hit the scene over the last 4 years, Jude Bellingham, Phil Foden, Jamal Musiala, Pedri, Gavi. Lamine Yamal is all younger than when they hit the scene. And he's already performing at probably the same level, and they were probably 2 years into it when they hit the scene. So what Lamine Yamal is doing, I agree. I don't think we've actually ever seen something like this.
Here's a fun question. We'll do a poll here for the chat. Does Lamine Yamal win a Ballon d'Or? In his career, does Lamine Yamal win a Ballon d'Or? Is this a simple yes? Is this an easy yes? Or, is there a lot of talent right now with Jamal Musiala, Jude Bellingham, Florian Wirtz? Does he end up getting in as a Ballon d'Or contender? Let me know. Put an E right there, and then, yes, that's perfect. Let's go for it. Does Lamine Yamal win a Ballon d'Or? Because the thing is, we saw something really interesting. I don't want to say it was similar because they're very different players, but Ansu Fati had a crazy rise with Barcelona.
Yeah.
Got minutes with the national team, but never had the type of impact, I think, that Lamine Yamal is having right now.
Yeah.
But then we saw Ansu Fati just completely fall off, man, and go through a really tough period in his career. My only fear with Yamal is kind of following into that same career path that is sometimes unavoidable for some guys because of injuries or health. If health can be kind to Lamine Yamal, I think he's set to one day lift the Ballon d'Or, as the chat has right now at 80%. Yes, he will lift a Ballon d'Or, 20% saying no. So we got some Madrid fans in here. Overall, I think it's incredible that Lamine Yamal has been this good at this age. And I agree with you, man. One of the best we've seen.
Yeah, and it's the reason why I keep bringing up the idea that he can go cold in games, but then get hot all of a sudden. I think that's such an important attribute because most players his age are so hot and cold, but for entire games. But he plays like any real professional. Sure, everyone has their hard moments during games, but within that same game, he finds moments to be impactful. That's so unlike most teenagers at the highest level. So he's playing like he's already 24, 25, and he has 8 more years to go until he reaches that age.
Guys, let's do something even more fun here. Guess the year that he wins the Ballon d'Or, because this is going to work as a time capsule. This video, this live stream, people are going to look back on it 20 years from now. No, bro, you're good. You're good. Just let people say, what year does Lamine Yamal lift the Ballon d'Or? Type it in right now. What year does Lamine Yamal lift the Ballon d'Or? Because I want to go back and look at this video and be like, damn, Reynoso said 2028, and he was right. Or he never gets it.
That'd be fun. Yeah.
Yeah, Chris Vergas says 2027. These years are crazy. You could say 2040, and he could still have a shout. That's how fucking young he is, bro. It's ridiculous. Yeah. I'm seeing shouts for Bellingham. I think Bellingham will win one as well. I think the next generation in line, we have a good amount of contenders that are going to be flipping trophies back and forth. Mbappe, he's going to get one day, I think, too. So I like seeing it. Thank you for submitting your years. But overall, Spain wins 4-1. Let's talk about Georgia. Let's talk about Georgia. What an incredible, at the end of the day, despite the scoreline, they gave the absolute most, man. Yeah. In this game and in this tournament, making it to the round 16 on their debut for the Euros. Incredible achievement by this Georgian side. A really happy moment for their fans and everybody involved. Honestly, hats off to Georgia, to the organization, to all the players. They gave their absolute hearts out, and it was a beauty to see them this tournament.
Yeah, they did great. Take a bow, Georgia, because every single game has been super entertaining. Today, probably not for the reason you'd want if you're Georgian, but the first 30 minutes was truly captivating football. That's what Georgia has done this entire tournament, taking that early lead. And what a move it was with Kvaratskhelia doing a really nice shift on the left-hand side, switching it over to the right, and then a really deadly cross comes in, own goal from Lenormand. That's Georgia at their finest, just breaking in transition and doing it at such pace. They're so fun to watch, and it's brilliant when it works. So I thought Georgia gave us exactly what I wanted them to. They got a goal. They made Spain sweat, and ultimately it took 2 perfect shots from Spain to beat Georgia in that first half. And it's what we previewed. If Georgia had played any other team, man, I think this would have been a much, much tighter game. But Spain have proven to be the best team at the tournament so far.
I think that's something, too. I think with this performance, Spain is number 1 in the power rankings if we were to do it that way. But for Georgia, looking at how I previewed them going into this tournament, I thought they would get last place in their group, bro. They not only overachieved, they did the absolute most. An A+ performance for them in the Euros, which I think is super positive now, because in the preview I mentioned that honestly the outlook for Georgia is not necessarily at this tournament, but towards 2026, man. Mm-hmm. Do you think there's a reality where Georgia ends up getting into the World Cup for 2026 after what we saw today at the Euros and then in this match?
I think at the very least they've proved to themselves that they can play at the highest level. Why I get a little nervous, though, for Georgia is, can they really stay this consistent, right? It's one thing to play over the course of 2 weeks, 3 matches, 4 matches, and it's another thing to play over the course of a year playing 10 matches, you know? You have to maintain the consistency. They at least know that over short bursts, they can play against anybody. So if they can elongate that effect and be consistent over an entire year, then I think Georgia can definitely consider themselves as being able to qualify for the World Cup. I wonder, can they really do it over a 10-game qualification period?
Producer Rick, can you do a poll? Does Georgia make it to the 2026 FIFA World Cup? Let me see what the folks in the chat think. For Georgia, my last question regarding them to you, Soltero, is where would you like to see improvement for them in these next 2 years? Where would you like to see them? We were talking during the game, like, man, imagine if they had another winger like Kvaratskhelia on the opposite side of the pitch. That would be so helpful for their offense. Is it in the offensive sector where they should seek improvement? Is it defensively, midfield? What's the area of most need?
That's the thing, though, is can Georgia even get to the highest level like Spain? I just wish they would have played anybody else in the round of 16 so I could have gotten a really good gauge on this Georgian side, because I mean the back line was perfect for 30 minutes and it took a crazy shot from Rodri to actually break the deadlock. I don't really think I can criticize Georgia's defense because they were so organized. It gave me Costa Rica 2014 vibes where they were just so in sync, and even though the quality individually isn't there in the back line, together Georgia built a really good defense. And then I already highlighted it. Their transition offense is brilliant.
Dude, it's perfect.
It's perfect.
It's so good.
Honestly, I don't even know if there's more to work on for Georgia. It's just about maintaining consistency.
Yeah, man. I'm excited, though. I'm excited to see these next 2 years because I agree with the chat. 60% says yes, 40% no says no. I think that's what the likelihood looks like right now. It's slightly in favor, but it could definitely go the other way,
it's tight.
too. Could definitely go the other way. Last question I'll do regarding this matchup is Spain goes through, which means we will be getting Germany versus Spain this Friday. This could be a finals matchup happening as early as in the quarterfinals. Guys, let's do a poll. Who wins, Germany or Spain? Because now that we've seen both these teams play in the knockout stages, Germany defeating Denmark yesterday, who do you have winning this game? What do you see as a result? Because Spain, I think, today looks so good. And going into this matchup, I'm actually going to predict Spain pulls off the victory here and defeats Germany. Where are you going?
Yeah, Chris Vergara says a really good thing here. He says Germany versus Spain will be like Madrid against City in the UCL. Oh, the quarterfinal tie will decide who wins the whole thing.
Damn.
And I agree. I think the winner of this game will go on to win the entire thing. I'm going Germany. I'm going Germany. I just think the host magic will play a part in this. Germany looked like the second best team at this tournament. Spain are playing better football. I want to make that clear, but I'm going Germany.
The home factor, bro.
Yeah.
You can't underestimate the home factor with the way the Germans have been showing out. That advantage is so big. I want to see if that has an impact on the Spanish team. This is going to be such a major test, though, because I agree. Whoever comes out of this game alive is going to have the confidence to win the entire thing, bro. Doesn't matter if they face off against France and England or Portugal. By then, I think they'll see those teams as a little bit weaker in comparison to a Spanish or German side. So I agree. I think the winner of this tournament, of this matchup, will go to the final, and they'll win it. If we're trying to be logical about it, obviously I'm going to still stick to my France prediction because I picked them before the tournament. I want to see if they can actually live up to their potential knockout stages, but I definitely get the logic behind that statement. The chat says Spain at 58%, Germany at 43%.
That's tight.
I think it's that tight.
Yeah.
I think it's that tight, and I think the Germany home advantage makes it 50-50, bro. 50-50.
Yeah. This is going to be such a fun game. I can't believe it's in the quarters, though, man. It's just crazy.
Yeah,
it's
man.
crazy. So unfortunate.
So unfortunate, but Spain ends up going through, winning 4-1 today. Congratulations to Spain and any Spanish fans we might have in the chat. It's time we shift on over to England. Let's talk about England, because I'm already seeing the England comments right now. England is overrated. The expectations are higher than the level they are actually playing. Overrated as team and players, says Kevin. I mean, go off, folks. Go off. What did you think about England versus Slovakia with Jude Bellingham stepping up in the final play of regulation and scoring a ridiculous worldie of a goal, bicycle kick, game-tying goal to push England through into extra time? Ridiculous sentence I just said. Ridiculous narrative this guy is on, and he saves England and Gareth Southgate.
I can't believe it. I still can't believe it. It was a minute away. Slovakia were a minute away, 5 minutes into stoppage time, from pulling off one of the biggest upsets in Euro history. And it was a nice flick from Mark Gahey to Jude Bellingham, who takes the moment fully. And I mean, who else was going to do it, bro? Who else? La Liga Player of the Year, just also won the Champions League in his first year with Madrid. Jude Bellingham was born for these type of moments. What a finish. What a moment. And dude, this game got really emotional after he scored that goal, man. It got really emotional because for the entirety of that second half, England were pushing. They were trying everything that they could muster to get past the Slovakian defense, bro, but they couldn't do it.
No, bro.
They could not do it. And that's what it took, was a crazy bicycle kick moment from Jude fucking Bellingham.
I just can't believe it. I just can't believe it. I can't process it. I can't believe it that this is how they salvaged their Euros hopes. I was just thinking about the media pressure, the reaction, 70, 60 minutes into this game, because for a while, for as much as England tried, dude, they just could not figure out that Slovakian defense, man, and everything beyond just, I think it was a Declan Rice shot hitting the post. There wasn't much in that second half.
No.
Cole Palmer comes on, Ivan Toney comes on as well, and I thought he was good in his appearance, and somehow, some way, England finds a way to get a result in this match, push it to extra time, and then it's Harry Kane scoring the game winner early in extra time to then see the result out. But I just still can't believe it, man, because like the narratives I was seeing, for example, with how poor England was playing up until that Jude Bellingham goal, I was really starting to think, bro, England fans were right. They were right. In the past tournaments, maybe they criticized them a little too hard, in my opinion, because England would go on to go to the semifinal or final. But in this tournament, up until that point, I was like, bro, they were actually right. Southgate deserves to be out. The way they're playing is completely underwhelming. Everything they've said, everything they've criticized is coming to fruition. But then finally, the star boy, Jude Bellingham, shows up, and he just completely flips the narrative.
Wow, fuck. No, but that's so true, bro, because for 90 minutes, England had a terrible game. Even though they had 80% possession in that second half, they could not get forward passes going. Like, they were so inaccurate today. Every pass to Phil Foden, every dribble drive from Bukayo Saka was off. Harry Kane's touches were heavy. Nothing was working. Kieran Trippier had a moment where he could have, at least put the ball on target, and he ends up skying it 200 feet into the air. Like, nothing was
Kyle
working.
Walker, bro.
Kyle Walker,
my God.
Nothing was working offensively for England for 90 minutes. So you could even still say this was not a good game from England.
No, not at all. Even Bellingham himself, bro. It's crazy. He saved his own performance because he was pretty ass too for the most of the game. Declan Rice, I thought, was shaky too. I thought just overall the entire team did not look good once again. And Slovakia, for as impressive it was that they went up 1-0 early on, with Schranz scoring another goal in this tournament.
I know, man.
Shout out to him.
Shout out Ivan Schranz, man. What a finish too.
Yeah. With how impressive it was that they went up, I felt like in those last 30 minutes, dude, they did everything to give England an opportunity to get back in this game. Because unlike Georgia, they pose zero counter-attacking threat.
Right.
Oh, my God. The giveaways, dude. The giveaways were frustrating me so much because that's all Slovakia needed to do was just maintain possession, get on the ball more, and maybe take advantage of one of those counter-attacking opportunities that England was giving them.
Yeah.
But, man, what I saw from the Slovakian team, definitely in that second half, was a little disappointing, which ultimately kept England in the game until they finally cracked.
Yeah, exactly. And it's why I do feel a little bit bad for Slovakia, but yeah, they posed zero threat in that second half. So in a way, they, should have seen this coming because it was just constant England attack after England attack. It just was looking like Slovakia was going to pull off the upset, though, because they were so close.
Let's look at the chat. What do we have? We got some super chats here. Let me see the super chats real quick. We have the Give and Go folks speaking up, saying, all the way down for me, please. All the way down right there. Taco says, Southgate definitely gave Blue Joe. Wait, what?
Gave Blue Jude. What?
Southgate probably saying he gave Jude a BJ after extending his job one more game. Jesus Christ. I mean, probably. Yeah, I mean, it's the greatest sign of gratitude right there.
Well, here's the interesting thing now is, what if this was the moment that England needed? Obviously it shouldn't have taken this, but what if this is the moment that gets England emotionally charged up to actually show up, not in the 90th minute, but rather in the first minute in their next game against Switzerland? That's going to be a really fun game because England still have the quality. It's why I won't be surprised if they get to the semifinals here because they can pull this out of their asses. And England will keep a game tight. I don't really care who they're playing. They will keep it tight. And even if they're having a really bad game, England's always in it.
But damn it, dude, they're so frustrating to watch, man.
Oh, yeah, bro.
Oh, it's so frustrating. That's the thing. For as good as their ability to keep games tight is, it's so frustrating and not easy on the eyes, especially knowing the quality of players that they have. Let's do a poll. How does England perform in the quarterfinals? England versus Switzerland. Who wins?
Well, and dude, another thing that's super frustrating, I think a lot of people, would agree here is Bukayo Saka and Phil Foden are unrecognizable this tournament. They are just not even playing close to the level that they showed that they can play at this past Premier League season. They look like average wingers out there, man. And I think it's a big reason as to why this English offense isn't clicking. Bellingham, even though he was sloppy today and he's been sloppy this tournament, I will at least say he's trying. He's trying to be active. He's trying to combine, do little 1-2s and create space. But Foden and Saka are just dribbling into walls. They're not doing anything. And every pass is so inaccurate from this English offense. So for me, Southgate has to make wide changes now.
No, 100%.
The only changes he's made is in the midfield, and I agree with those changes. I thought Kobe was fine today. He needs to start the next match, but Foden and Saka, or at least one of them, needs to be on the bench in the next game, 100%, because they are just not performing. Palmer, not that he's done that much better, but he has been better. Yeah. So he needs to get the start. And honestly, put in Eberechi Eze too. Like, if you really want to make an impact and give energy to Kane and Bellingham, switch out the wings.
You got even Anthony Gordon even. Maybe give him a shout too, man. I like that. I agree with you. I think the wingers need to go because Phil Foden, who was my boy this entire year, I think is taking a really strong hit in Reynoso Mountain, which also goes as the Ballon d'Or rankings because what I've seen from him at the international level has been really disappointing. This is a different player,
It's
bro.
a different player.
This is a different player. The creativity, even the touches aren't there for him right now, bro. It's reminding me of what I'm seeing from Santi Jimenez for the national team. He puts on that national jersey and he's a completely different player. And that's the most frustrating part because it's Phil Foden, bro. Like, we know what he can do on the ball. We know how smart he can be, his finishing touch, his build-up play. We all know his abilities. Why isn't he showcasing that on this English team? I also wonder if it's a bad mix of, like chemistry of personalities when it comes to Kane, Saka, Bellingham, and Foden up top. I actually feel like Southgate needs to rotate one of these guys out to just see if there's a better fit. Maybe not in terms of who's the better player, but just the fit to get a better chemistry and dynamic approach going. So I agree. I want to see changes. Thing is, I don't think Southgate's going to, man.
That's the problem.
I don't think that's, to me, that feels so bold for Southgate to actually change out the wingers.
Yeah, and he just hasn't proven to be the type of guy to make those big decisions. So if you're English, you got to ask Sock and Foden to just be like, Coach, bench me. That's the only way, bro. That's the only way England is if the players start coaching. And I think that's the poor thing about England this whole tournament is just the decision making from Southgate. It's just not there.
That's why I always say that when it comes to watching England, like part of the experience is not even when the ball is kicked off. It's an hour before when you see that starting lineup, man, because that's already a big question going in is, does he make offensive changes? We'll have to wait and see because in the next round, they face off against the toughest test so far in this tournament with Switzerland, who's playing as a top 3 team in the Euros right now and just dismantled an Italian side and made them look like babies. Switzerland is now waiting for England. And the thing is, bro, I don't think Switzerland will be nearly as forgiving as Slovakia was today.
I agree. And I will go as far to say I favor Switzerland in that match. Yeah. They're playing the better football by far, and I don't even think it's that close. Switzerland are the better team, but I will, maintain my English take too. They will keep the game tight. And if they get another Bellingham moment, anything's possible. So I say Switzerland have the edge. England will keep it close.
Dude, Switzerland at 67%, England at 33%. I agree with you guys. I think Switzerland has absolutely arrived on the international stage. That game against Italy was so signifying for where the Swiss team is right now. Yeah. And they have a big moment here to take on this English team and be the ones to knock them out after knocking out France at the last Euros. They can be these giant killers, bro, and they can get themselves into a semifinal of the Euros. Likewise, England is 90 minutes away from a Euro semifinal appearance.
Crazy. And considering all the criticisms that have been right, England are that close once again. That's just the caliber of players that they have at their disposal naturally. What's fun about this matchup, though, is I trust Switzerland. I really do. There'd be some teams out there that I'd be a little shaky, worried about, is the moment too big, a quarterfinal against England? But I think the Switzerland won't let that moment get to their heads. I think they're going to execute their plan perfectly, but, England will make it tough.
I'm so excited. Let's look at super chats. Here. What do we have from the Give and Go folks? We have Edri Navas saying Nico and Lamine on the wings at Barca. Oh my God, please. Dude, did you see that Joao Cancelo and Joao Felix got released from Barcelona? Their contracts ended. They will not be re-signing them for loan deals or anything, which I think says more about Barcelona's financial situation, that they couldn't keep either one of those guys. So the dream of Nico Williams coming when all of Europe is going to want to get their hands on him after this Euros performance, I would love to see it. I'm just saying, don't get your hopes up. I think financially, Nico Williams is going to be a big ask for Barcelona.
Barcelona they'll pull any lever that they can find to try and get Nico, though. And I think that's why you probably are a little confident if you're a Barca fan.
Thing is, it would be perfect for the national team, because to have them just playing developing that chemistry at the club level and then just translating it over, I think would be perfect for a national team. I'm just saying, it's going to be difficult. It is going to be difficult. I saw his release clause is like 55 million or something.
Yeah.
So there's some work to be done there. The Hitman says Yamal and Williams at Barcelona would challenge Real Madrid in this day and age. I think offensively for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
No, for sure. And Barcelona, these last 2 years, have developed a really good defense. So getting a guy like Nico would really complete their offense.
Yeah. Damn, now I kind of want it to happen.
Now I kind of want it to happen too. Yeah, that'd be dope.
It actually makes the games competitive, bro. Luis Torres says, I get jealous of Euros teams like Spain being Mexican. Why can't they find some young kid like Yamal? ¿Dónde está nuestro Yamil? Lamine Tamale. But that's fucking facts, though. We haven't had a star boy that's Mexican that's actually like played minutes for us in years, if ever, bro. I'll be honest. I've always said that Mexican players don't really flourish until like they're 23 or 24. We're not a big country that generates wonder kids, unless you're thinking about Giovanni Dos Santos. But when we thought Marcelo Flores might have been that, he got minutes and he disappointed when he was like 18, for example, for the national team. He's still very young, but you get what I'm trying to say. I don't think we generate that type of talent, or we don't see it come to full potential until later down the line. Whereas Spain, they do this all the time, man. They do this all the time. And so they're always just waiting for one of them to hit, like how we saw with Pedri, with Gavi, with Ansu Fati, and now with Lamine Yamal. One day, bro. One day. Hugo Weckman, maybe. Hesbick says, England got cooked by Slovakia. Switzerland gonna put it in, what is up with the sexual comments today, bro? Switzerland's gonna put it in England's stomach and win by 3+ goals. Spain versus Switzerland in the finals.
I mean, I like that narrative.
That's ball knowledge.
I really like that narrative. Switzerland are balling out right now. Yeah. I just hope that they can do the same thing against England.
That's ball knowledge right there. Fun. Josh Uchizono says that was a Ballon d'Or moment. Speaking of Jude Bellingham's goal against Slovakia, that was, man. That was.
It really was.
I think ultimately people, voters, are going to forget about the poor performance we saw from him in those first 90 minutes and remember the moment, because you look back at Jude's entire season, it's been one riddled with just moments where he steps up, provides game winners for either Real Madrid or England, and that highlight reel is just going to look really good at the end of the calendar year. So I definitely do think that was a Ballon d'Or moment that definitely keeps him up there in contention for that trophy.
It is crazy how Bellingham's game has developed in just 1 year, though, because he's foreshadowed moments like this entire season. He's a scorer now. He's got 20 goals in La Liga this year. It's ridiculous. And Madrid didn't even buy him for goals, but he ended up being, basically their top goal scorer this season. It's nuts how quickly Bellingham has, become this type of goal scorer. So to get this goal, I mean, this is just storybook for Bellingham. It's insane.
I think his ability to just crash the box has improved so much this year. Like, he can just read. He has that intuition, that striker's intuition now, which is, I don't know where he got that from, but he just got it. He just acquired it. Like, he bought it like a stat upgrade on EA FC or some bullshit. And now he just has it. So he definitely has improved in that area, and we're seeing it pay off in dividends. Let's do daily awards. Daily awards, and I'm excited about this because we had so many goals to pick from today. Let's do goal of the day with 8 total goals to pick from between these two matches, and we got some great nominees, from a Jude Bellingham bicycle kick to Nico Williams' beautiful finish to Fabian Ruiz header coming off of a beautiful Lamine Yamal assist. What's the goal of the day? Dani Olmo showing technicality on the ball. Rodri and his finish. What's the goal of the day? This is a fun one.
I'm going to go Jude's. I just have to. I have to. Just the acrobatic nature of it. The fact that it was basically right at the death for England. He just saved England, the country, the entire nation of England. He saved them. So give me that goal.
I gotta agree. I gotta agree. For as amazing as all those Spain goals and even Slovakia's goal, I'll give Slovakia's goal some credit too.
It's a great goal.
The narrative for England's was just so big, so massive, literally saving a country from what would have been a complete downfall. So I agree. I'm going Jude on this one. Performance of the day, though. Does Jude's goal earn him the performance of the day as well, or do we see a Spanish player step up in his place instead? Chat, let me know. Who gets the performance of the day? Fabian Ruiz had a goal and an assist today.
Yeah.
Pedri was really good. Lamine Yamal, once again, showed out. Nico Williams. And then Jude Bellingham scoring a game winner.
Yeah,
or tying it.
I'd be fine if people give it to a Spanish player today. I mean, you could pick Lamine Yamal, you could pick Williams, you could pick Rodri, you could pick Ruiz. I think they're all four, very worthy of today's performance of the day.
Okay, so since you're giving us that consent, let's look at the chat. I need a Spanish player. I'm seeing Yamal or Nico. I'm seeing Yamal or Nico, man.
Please.
Can we do a quick poll? Yamal versus Nico. Who gets it? This will be fun. Yamal versus Nico. We're actually having a versus here for performance of the day. I want to see Yamal or Nico. We've never done this. NICO. Yamal or Nico. Let's go, chat. Let's go. Who gets it? Who gets it? Poll is going up right now. Who gets it? Yamal or Nico? Who gets the performance of the day? Okay, Nico is leading. Okay, Yamal's tying up. Yamal's at 55. Yamal's at 55. Nico's at 43. Let's get a few more votes in. Yamal's at 55. 55, 55, 55. Nico at 45. Nico at now 51. Nico at 51. 50-50. We're at 50-50.
Oh my God.
50-50 off us. 80 votes. 50-50.
Holy shit.
Nico's got the edge. 53. Yamal's at 48. Yamal's at 48. Nico at 42. Nico at 52. 104 votes. Nico at 53. Yamal at 47. I think it's going to be Nico. And I think I'm going to agree. I think Nico was sharper today.
As tight as it could be, too, though. This is crazy.
I think Nico was just slightly sharper today. Nico Bellic. I think Nico was sharper today. So I'm going to go Nico. What a pull there. What a pull. That was special. Yeah. Let's finish it off with game of the day. What was the game of the day? Was it Spain coming back, seeing Georgia score a goal to lift their country up for 30 minutes and then Spain going off? Or was it England salvaging their hopes in the final minute after Slovakia had gone up 1-0 to then go on and win it in extra time? What's the game of the day, Salts?
I mean, I've had way more fun watching Spain play, and Georgia made it really interesting too. For the first 30 minutes, there was 5 goals total, so I think this one's easy. Like the Spain-Georgia game was way more entertaining. I told you, watching England play right now is like going fishing. It's just not fun.
No, dude, and low-key Slovakia too, bro. Like they got their goal, but
and then they defended.
But then just watching them defend, not create anything offensively afterwards. Yeah. Whereas Georgia at least tried. They tried. I'm going to go Spain. I'm going to go with Spain on this one, too. So we agree with this. Let's do match previews. But before we do that, let's look at some super chats because I see the Give and Go Facts fans talking. Let's see what you guys are saying. Christopher Molina says, Bellingham turned the switch. He pulled a Ronaldo. I mean, that's what we're talking about, bro.
It's that Madrid aura you gain when you put on that beautiful Blanco jersey, I think. I think it really does change who you are as a person. I really do think it does, man.
Eli's saying the U.S. are getting knocked out tomorrow. A quick Copa America comment. Anything you want to say regarding that?
All I can say is I hope not.
Thing is, bro, for once, I think I might actually root for the USA because I'd love to see the reaction in the chat after how brutal it was last time. If USA ends up beating Uruguay, I would love to see how the chat reacts. I have my predictions, but when it comes to rooting for a team, I might actually be on the American side this one time, man, for the sake of the chat. Josh Uchizono says, the only reason why I give Spain an edge over Germany is purely because of their ability to finish their chances. I trust Spain more.
Great comment. That's the perfect analysis as to why I think Spain are the better team. It's their clinical ability. They're ridiculously good in front of goal. But I'm still going Germany because of the host factor. And they're also playing almost as good football. So I think it's going to be as even as it gets.
I'm going Spain, folks. Let's do match previews for tomorrow. We have 2 bangers. The first one being France versus Belgium. France versus Belgium. This is a good one. This is my Euros pick right here, going up against a Belgium side who has honestly disappointed when it comes to group stage results. No draw in this one because it's a knockout game. France versus Belgium. Who do you guys have? Because I mentioned to Soltero last time, when it comes to this game, one team has to step up. One team has to find their form. Both teams being questionable in the group stage. Who ends up winning this game? I'm going France. Who are you going with?
Yeah, I'm going France too. Belgium are like the opposite of Spain right now. They can't finish. They get so many opportunities, but they're wasteful in front of goal. France have proven to be very good defensively this tournament, and then you still have players like Griezmann and Mbappe who haven't been great, but can still, pop off at any moment. So I'm going France.
France, and it looks like the chat agrees. 84% France, Belgium 17%. Chris Vergara says, resident sleeper, bro. France will win 1-0.
Yeah.
Belgium is just not good, says the Hitman. France just because of the turtles, says Emiliano Garcia. Don't trust Belgium. Belgium been on fraud alert for way too long since Enrique Rios. These are all facts. Exactly. I agree. I'm going France, and I would be surprised if Belgium pulls off a result here. I really would.
Agreed.
Next match is Portugal. Portugal going up against Slovenia. Slovenia, a team that is pure unity, that is good vibes, and is happy to be here in the round of 16 in Slovenia with Jan Oblak between the sticks. But Portugal looking to return to that Euros glory that they achieved in 2016 with a really good group stage performance, although they just lost to Georgia with their B team, looking to bounce back from that and win a game here in the round of 16.
Yeah, this could be very similar to the England-Slovakia game. Portugal haven't really hit the mark necessarily in this tournament. Now, then again, they did just play their B team, so maybe they could have, gotten off to a better, image of themselves in the group stage. Portugal have the better team, right? And so I think logically you just have to go Portugal here. But there's got to be one upset, right? Somewhere?
Yeah.
Somewhere?
Yeah.
I think Slovenia have what it takes to pull it off.
The Romania game, though, that's the upset. That's the upset. This is the favorite one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You could go with that.
Yeah?
Yeah, sure.
I don't know. I don't know if I see it for Portugal getting upset like this in the round of 16, but you're right. Slovenia is a great, great team. I liked what I saw from them in the group stage, and they've impressed in their performances at the Euros. It looks like the chat is going with Portugal winning this one at 78%, Slovenia at 22%. But I agree, though. It'll be like the England match. I don't think they'll make it easy for them.
I don't think they'll make it easy at all.
And Ronaldo in this game, always love seeing him and the drama that he brings, so that'll be exciting, seeing him on a big stage for this Portuguese team. But I'm sticking to Romania being the upset over the Netherlands instead of this match. So I'm going Portugal on this one.
Yeah.
Guys, let us know your final thoughts. Do you have any other super chats before we go? Because we will be talking Copa America tomorrow. Perfect. We have Christopher Molina saying predictions for Mexico, Reynoso. We got to get that win. And low-key, man, I got a little dark with it, talking to Soltero about it. Look, folks, Mexico not being in the quarterfinal is bad news, not just for Mexico, but for the tournament itself. We will find a way to get through. That's all I'll say. And maybe you know what I mean by these comments. We'll find a way to get through. You know what I mean by these comments. I won't say it, but you know what I mean. Mexico wins tonight. Josh Uchizono says France's only 2 goals are an own goal and pen. I agree, but they've only conceded a pen as well. Their defense has been elite. They've only conceded a penalty as well to Poland. So I'll counter with that. The Hitman says, my upset is Turkey versus Austria. You heard it here first. If there's ever a game that I feel so confident about, it's that one right there. Austria will defeat Turkey. I will not have to travel overseas to go to Turkey to go get a hair transplant because I'm so sure, as I said before the tournament even started, that Turkey would get to the round of 16 and they would lose in that phase of the tournament. Unfortunate for them, given that they're facing off against one of the best teams in this tournament. Austria is going to cook them. They're going to cook them.
Austria's going to cook, and I can't wait to see that happen. Turkey will make it fun, though, but Austria the better team.
Nah, man, Turkey not even compete, bro. I'm anti-Turkey when they play. Anti-Turkey. Let's go, folks. Thank you so much for talking football with us. It's been a great, great stream. We'll be back in just a few hours to react to the Mexico-Ecuador match in the Copa America. I cannot wait, guys. Make sure to give us a thumbs up on your way out. Give us your final thoughts on the Euros matches that we saw today. And we'll be back tomorrow with Euros knockout stage reactions as well. Soltero and Reynoso checking out. We'll see you guys soon. Peace.